This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey wavy babies, it's Ocean Sims and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be delving into the new expansion pack, The Sims 4 Snowy Escape, which may officially be my favorite expansion we've had in The Sims 4 thus far. Just a quick disclaimer, you will see my name floating on the screen because I am playing with a beta version of this pack. It is a early version of this pack. I only have the base game and Snowy Escape installed so we can fully immerse ourselves in what this pack truly has to offer. So let's jump right in. There's honestly a lot to cover and this is like a melting pot of gameplay, and I will have another gameplay video coming up tomorrow, I believe. I also have just several videos coming up today, and I just wanted this material to be easy to digest in the quickest way possible because there's literally so much in this pack that I got overwhelmed. First and foremost, you do not need seasons for snowy weather. There will be snow in this world and even thunder snowstorms, all without seasons, and you can disable the weather here if you go to game options and click the weather option, but you can't disable the temperature effects on your Sims unless you have the seasons expansion. So definitely dress for the weather, and if you do have the seasons expansion, your seasons are going to work as they would around the rest of the world, but here in Yukimatsu, which was that snow resort you just saw, it's always going to be snowy there. And here's my Sim Yui playing on the new activity table. There are a ton of like new little objects that fit in so well with just normal gameplay. I love the world, and I have a world tour overview also coming up as well, just to really pinpoint on Mount Komorebi, which is the new world that we got with this pack. It is so I think there's about 13 lots on the map for this world, and everything is just so beautiful. We have the community boards that kind of like tell us about like daily wildlife, the festival schedule. You can learn about hiking and different activities there. So if you ever find yourself lost, just go to that community board that kind of looks like the one that came with Eco Lifestyle, and you'll be able to, figure out the ins and outs of this pack. So here you see my Sim going with his friend to the more modern part of this world called Wakaba, and it's super interesting because each of these worlds have different festivals. Each of them kind of have a different theme and vibe to them, and it's definitely evident as well when you're in these worlds. Here's the lounge, which is just amazing. I forgot which builder built this because they did collab with Simlessy, James Turner, Deligracy, and Lil Simsy on the lots in this pack. None of these lots need changing. When you go into this world, you will be able to play, and it honestly just feels like the perfect save, honestly, because nothing needs changing. You can see the area, the town center in Wakaba feels pretty dead. That's where we see the train station in the trailer and everything. But yeah, it feels pretty dead. Once it kind of picks up in the afternoon and stuff like that, you'll see people like coming around, walking around, and you have your food stalls there. It looks so beautiful. I love that the kind of like non-playable buildings around it still gives it a certain aesthetic and vibe to it, and you can get a lot of inspiration for your own personal builds just by looking around at the builds around you because it really feels like you're living there. I love the like more modern houses here. There's a beautiful river behind some of these houses, and it's huge, and the best part about it is that it's actually swimmable. Like you can swim in that big river, and it's a waterfall there. It's so gorgeous. Here in my Sim, I just thought it was hilarious that he was taking selfies with this little Yamachan statue, and you can disable Yamachan from arriving. He's like this little mascot. This little mascot. So adorable, by the way. But we'll get into more of that later. You can see my Sim is here with his dad and his friend Naoki, and they are actually going on a little hike here. Fun fact, if you have cats and dogs, you can take your dogs on a hike as well, which is super interesting. They are currently having a hike in the bamboo forest, and it is definitely a bamboo forest. It's really cute. You'll see your Sims kind of walking around, observing their area, kind of like how they did in the trailer as well. So that was totally not false advertising for once. I was super excited to see that. You see the beautiful mountain all the way up north from Yukimatsu. You see that big, beautiful mountain in the background, which I thought was really beautiful. My Sim here, Takayuki, is just kind of like, looking around. Sometimes they'll occasionally like stop and chat with each other. They'll like actually just stop and talk with each other. They'll pull out like a little book, or they'll stop and peek at the ground as if they've seen something. You definitely want to be careful in this area because there are new like creatures and bugs and stuff like that, and so you can definitely get some adventure gear from the computer or from the Bits and Bobbles vending machine if you want to like get some spray and stuff, kind of like how it works in Granite Falls. But this type of hiking is completely different than Granite Falls. Did you guys just see he was bowing at one of the tombstones there? This is like the little graveyard, and out of respect, he, went ahead and, bowed at that, at the little graveyard thing. And I don't know why I can't get my words together. I already started to build up a lifestyle, certain lifestyles with my sim. You see how some of the lifestyles say in progress because they are based on your sim's habits over time. And I actually have a video specifically talking about lifestyles and sentiments, so I won't even go too much in depth with that. Actually, that will be coming up after this video, so that'll be really exciting, just to kind of show you like how it all works and everything. Truthfully, the view here was just breathtaking. Here I'm finally at the Festival of Lights. The Festival of Lights, I think the Festival of Youth comes, I believe, every weekend, and then the Festival of Lights and Festival of Snow actually come like every other weekend. So it's kind of realistic, and it kind of makes you like anticipate and wait for these festivals, as opposed to always having them every single week, like City Living, for example. Like you feel like the flea market is there every week or something. You can see Yama-chan gave my sim a simi, which is something new that you can collect, kind of like little, just like, I don't know, like little trinkets or whatever. I don't know how to describe them, but they're really cool to collect. And there's an animation that comes up when you open it. However, being that I already caught that before, it didn't show up, but it will later. I do have footage on that. But here I'm just amazed with the Festival of Lights. There's suddenly lights everywhere in this world. In the water, by the graveyard, it's lit. It is literally lit. At certain festivals, I have certain vending machines, and certain vending machines carry special simis, and also like outfits that you can wear at that festival, at that designated festival. So definitely make sure you stop by and pick up, a simi, just in case you don't have a certain one. Here my sim is ordering some taiyaki. I think that's how you say it. You can have strawberry, bean. I let her have the bean one. I thought it was like the red bean flavor that is like, typically known as a flavor in Japan, and I really like that flavor, like red bean. I don't know why, I just like that flavor. So definitely, like, there's different food stalls at these festivals, so definitely take advantage of the new like food that you can eat. Here I had to have my Simtaka help his daughter and shake that vending machine with all his might, because her change got stuck in there and she couldn't get what she needed, but he finally got it. You can also, as you can see here, purchase and wear the festival kimono, or just purchase it, so you kind of unlock that item as well. It's kind of similar to the way that works in City Living if you have that pack. But he changes into his kimono, and it's super lovely. I have him also purchase another semi capsule because I was super obsessed with this. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh, I love the animation for it. It's like, boom, we got Mayor Whiskers, so cute. These festivals, like, I love festivals in The Sims 4. That's why City Living is probably one of my top favorite packs. Look at this. He's about to boom. Dang. He like straight fell. These vending machines are trippy. Okay, I'd love for more vending machines, because I think it's just so cool getting stuff out of the vending machine. And he was super battered and bruised about it. Like, legit. One thing I do want to mention is that the mood buffs, the explanations for this pack, there's so many. Here I have Yui making a wish with her baby brother on the Tanabata? Yeah, the tree that you can like make a wish. You can only make one for the night, and I decided to have her do that with her brother, which creates a sentiment essentially for her and her brother, because they remember that they did this together. So in a sense, these Sims now kind of have some sort of memory system where, she will be reminded that, like, for instance, I got a mood buff that said, she remembered that she made this wish and that life was too short, and just certain things. It's very meaningful. Things have meaning here. And like I was kind of trying to say earlier, the mood buffs and stuff in this pack, there's so many reactions and mood buffs and explanations to how they feel in this pack. Like, I kept constantly checking like their ever-changing moods and like how they felt inside, because there were so many explanations. And so you really feel like you're getting closer to these Sims. You feel like, it actually makes sense, and I really love that. And here I am being fat, getting another like matcha taiyaki, and I just, oh my gosh, it made me so hungry. This pack made me really hungry, by the way. So I have my Simtaka. He's going to head over to the graveyard now, and I really love this. Kind of wish that we could like actually have like a graveyard like lot type thing going on, instead of just making our own. I don't know, but I just thought it was really nice that they implemented this. And all of the tombstones, they had like candles on them. You can place gifts, you can mourn over them, take pictures and take selfies with them. However, You will notice that if you are a super touristy person and you just want to take a selfie with this, like that option is there, but it's inappropriate. And you'll see once he takes a selfie, he gets an embarrassing mood buff, and it's like, yo, like that was really insensitive that you took a picture. I think it said something like the lighting is great, but you know, that's very appropriate to take a selfie here. And I love that because that's so realistic, because why would you just take a selfie with a tombstone? Like that's so disrespectful. Here I am opening the sentiment that Hotaru and his sister Yui made together, making a wish together at the Festival of Light. And heading over to the hot springs, I wanted to talk about being mindful, emotionally mindful in The Sims 4. Now we can be emotionally mindful, which is basically going to give us control over our emotions. And you can achieve this by like sitting in the hot springs for a couple hours. You can achieve this doing like thoughtful activities like painting, taking a meditative walk. It's definitely going to give you a form of meditational, like not meditational, but emotionally like mindfulness control. And also those are the little the floating spirits that are in the forest, and I was too blind to notice, but you can catch those and you can also turn them into simmies, I believe, or you can make a wish with them, I believe. Don't just correct me if I'm wrong. Element of surprise, you can do that. But controlled emotions, as you can see from being emotionally mindful and him taking a meditative walk as well as painting, he now has controlled emotions, which is going to allow my Simtaka to enact a surge emotion where he can actually choose how he wants to feel. This is really helpful and cool, especially if you don't play with any cheats or you don't play with any mods and stuff, because if you really want your sim to get into a certain mood, granted, like we can do this in other ways, like with the incense, and we can do this with other certain objects in the game, but you know, this was a really super easy way to enact this surge emotion to kind of feel how we want to feel. And also on this painting, the easel, he also could like contemplate on that now. So I don't know if you guys saw that or not, that option. I don't know if it went by too fast, but yeah, here he is. He's boop. Now he's feeling, he's still feeling confident, but he does have the passion flirty trait, because now he's feeling passionate. He's feeling, you know, all flirty. So I went ahead and took a vacation. This is, again, my Sims were living in Simbamachi, which is the more traditional part of this world. And I decided to go ahead and take a true vacation and head all the way over to Yukimatsu because we wanted to go snowboarding and have a bunch of fun. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just so much fun. So again, we can live in this world, we can vacation here. So we want to head up and stay a couple days in Yukimatsu, and these rental lots are so gorgeous. You can order supplies that you don't have. Like for instance, if you need a toddler bed, you can go to your phone and hit order supplies, and you can order like a toddler bed, books, and certain things like that if your kids need them. And here I am opening up where you can disable the icy conditions, thunderstorms, and the snow, because there are icy conditions here, which is like a new thing. If you see like a glossy kind of like look on your snow, then it's icing conditions. And your sim will probably fall while they're walking out of nowhere too. Like everyone's like, all of a sudden, like you'll see like someone fall. Like it's so funny. Taking vacations and doing stuff like this and building this type of bond, your Sims remember it, and they build sentiments and they build ties with this essentially. Because if you think about it, if you go on vacation and stuff with your family, don't you kind of feel closer to them, you know, certain things like that. So excuse me, they remember that. Some of those sentiments last longer than others, so you may see that sentiment there for like ever or as far as I could see, because like the longer I kept playing, it like never went away, or like some of them go away, like if they have a grudge with each other or anything like that, it'll like fade away. But here I am placing the toddler bed that my sim had just purchased for baby. I love this rental because this one had like a kotatsu table, and it was like a really big one, so we could just sit around there and chill. The other rental next to it is really nice too, and is completely different in color contrast and everything. I've stayed at both and I really love them. I love that with sledding, your Sims can go, like kids can go with their like baby brothers and sisters, adults can go with kids, toddlers, and each other. Like it gives options, because let me just tell you, it's just so adorable to see the toddler and kids going down there at the same time. It's so cute. And you can also hike here too. You can basically do everything that you can do in Simbamachi as far as the hiking is concerned, around the scenic loop, meditative walk, all that stuff. You can do that around this area as well. And definitely just like pay attention to your surroundings here, because there are things that can be missed. There are things that you might think, they don't work, or they have no options or no interactions, and they do. And so I was just engulfed, and I can't even wait to like get the pack again, because I just want to play like on my own time without the pressure of trying to cover everything. I had to mass record this and like just play through it, and I still feel like I haven't done everything. When you're hiking, I canceled the interaction, right? And it said I led them astray and that someone probably wouldn't trust me because I canceled it and like no one knew where to go. So be careful with that. You want to follow through with your hiking and stuff if you're taking your family and stuff. I thought that was a funny, cool thing to add. Takayuki is like not really much of a ski person. I didn't really touch on skiing. I was mainly intrigued with snowboarding because I love like snowboarding. I never went snowboarding before, so but I'm super intrigued by it. With all of these skills, snowboarding, skiing, and rock climbing, they're all skills. They're all their own separate skills. So you could be an awesome snowboarder, but that doesn't mean you're an awesome skier, Whereas with eco lifestyle, for instance, I remember with the fabrication skill, that was just a hoopla of like two different skills. Like candle making went into fabrication. It didn't make sense. But with this, you have three different skills. You can see he's about to ride the gondola to the top. He started off on the bunny slopes. You can start off on the bunny slopes or the easy slopes and kind of like build that. When you get to like level 3 of snowboarding and skiing, then you can, perform on the intermediate slopes. There's 4 different slopes: the easy slope, intermediate, the expert, and the ludicrous. I love the ludicrous slope. You guys will see that towards the end of in a couple of minutes because I love it. Your Sims can go at different intensities, so they can perform different tricks essentially. Like at medium intensity, you're not going to perform the same tricks that you would at high intensity. If your sim has a high level in these skills, they'll perform more tricks, they'll do more things, they'll land at the end better. So like it feels like you're really progressing. And that's something I definitely want to point out. I love that we could do different intensities, and I love that I could see my sim do different tricks, and it was just really cool. And I can't wait to play around with skiing because I didn't really do that. So I would love to see the tricks and stuff they can do with that. In the morning, there tends to be a line near the slopes, like in the morning, mid-afternoon, but towards nighttime, it's basically empty and your sim has like the slopes to themselves. Now, I kind of like that because it's realistic. Just like coding wise, all these sims can't be coming down the slope at once. Because there's a certain direction for all of them. So I kind of like that we're like waiting in line, waiting for our turn. He's casually bowing to everyone out of respect. And I love that the culture is there even while you're doing something super duper fun. And he's going up and I love it. I felt like I was really, really in this snowy world. I looked down and I was like, whoa. And if you do this in first person mode, it's super gnarly too. But I was doing it first person, but I forgot to throw that footage in here. But it's super cool. They really look like they're snowboarding and they look like they're having fun. And near the end, like when he actually lands it, I think he falls, I believe. Let me because he had to fall a lot. You have to crawl before you walk, and Takayuki was not the best snowboarder out there, but yay. Okay, so he landed it, but he was kind of like wobbly. When they actually get to level 10 and they are on their ish and they know it, like they look so confident and stuff, and it's so cool. And kids can also snowboard as well. And you can have snow bros. So say you and someone else, you guys like to snowboard. Snowboarders can have snow bros. And with all of these skills, you can like, look at him. Did I really become snow bros with Jeffrey Landgrab? Did I really do that? I guess I did. But yeah, you can, there's benefits to that as well. I forgot what the benefit was because I would go on these slopes alone a lot of the times and I kind of forgot about the snow bros. Like I would be like, snow bros, what? Like kind of would forget about it. And I love the fact that kids can go snowboarding. They look pretty gnarly when they're shredding on that snow. And Yui actually got upset because she didn't land at the end properly. I don't even know if the terminology for this is correct, but just bear with me. But she was really sad, and the move buff was like, she's just a kid. The wipeouts in this game are intense. When you get to a certain level within these skills, you'll be able to like stretch it out. Like say you hurt yourself, you'll be super battered and bruised, but they'll be able to stretch out their pain kind of thing. But yeah, with this, you can get hyped, and you can also like, I don't know, like get hyped means like you're really just preparing yourself for what you have to do. I had Taka get hyped before he went on the ludicrous slope because I wanted him to record a point of view like snowboarding video. You don't see them pull out the camera or anything like that, but they just, they're doing it, and then you'll see the footage in your inventory after. Like, watch how gnarly he looks now. Like, totally not the same guy you saw before. It is so intense. Oh my gosh. It is so intense. Oh my goodness. I was surprised. I felt like I was speeding down that slope with him, and I was like, whoa. Like, you're gonna give me like heart palpitations. Like, my anxiety was like, oh my goodness. But it was super fun. And he has on this new little shirt or jacket or whatever that he unlocked. All of these skills have unlockables, and that's the most fun thing I feel. It's something that I think is so much fun when you're building skills and you have things that you can unlock that aren't initially in game to begin with. So I immediately equipped him with that. Same thing goes for rock climbing and skiing. You have items that you can actually unlock, new interactions you can unlock. So the game kind of feels refreshing. To upload your footage, because you can't upload it, you can go to the computer, you can upload it, you'll get small royalties off of it. And if you also have Get Famous with this pack as well, you'll actually get fame off of it too. So you can be like a snowboarding celebrity, and it's really cool. So we went ahead and uploaded Thrill and Chill. I'm so cheesy for that. I also had Yui do a little bit of skiing too. Kids can ski as well. I love that kids and toddlers were able to do things in this pack. They weren't just stagnant people. And when they do this, they don't build a snowboarding skill, they build their motor skill. I would have loved to see the actual skill for the kids as well, because, when she's an adult, she would be able to take that skill and, transfer it. So I don't know how that works. If it would transfer into snowboarding or just turn into fitness, I really don't know how that would work, but it's all right. But again, like, the more and more you play, you kind of like unlock these different lifestyles that your sim can acquire, and they're like in progress. And whichever one is the most fitting for them is what they're gonna go with, essentially. So Adrenaline Seeker was in progress, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he gets that one, because that was really funny. If your sim gets hungry, there's like vending machines everywhere, and I love this one. It's a hot food and drinks vending machine, unlike the other ones that we've seen in the other worlds. And you can get some chicken teriyaki pizza, some soup and stuff like that. I got the chicken teriyaki pizza, and I went to go order pizza just to see if it was there, but nope, it's not there. It's just vending machine related. So I was really hurt about that, because I was like, ooh, chicken teriyaki pizza, I wonder if we can order that. Here I am messing around in Kaz after I had unlocked that cute little thing, the little jacket thing. I'm sorry in advance for all the snowboarding footage. As you can see, like, it was like one of my favorite things. I was legit having a fun just snowboarding. But do you see this wipeout? I freaked out because I thought he was gonna die. Like, he straight all over the snow. I was freaking out. And then we move on to rock climbing, which I have another video. Geez Louise, Ocean. I have another video detailing, like, kind of really explaining this. So I'm just going to just let you watch. But yeah, you have like two little walls here on this in the slopes, and you want to practice, because you won't even be able to climb the one that's near the top of the slopes. Do you see how oh my god, this view makes me nauseous. But you won't even be able to climb that one unless you climb the really little one down here. So Takayuki had to practice that. And definitely a different animation than the one in fitness stuff, because your sim can actually climb over this wall. And how many different animations can they climb? Like a wall, However, it's really cool because your sim can climb normal, they can climb cautiously, they can climb courageously, and they can just climb it and just attempt it as just regular. It's really cool. And so I really like that about it. And they can also go on a mountain climbing excursion where you will lead a team of sims, you and whichever sims that you want to bring, and you guys will go on a mountain climbing excursion. It's a gold event, and it comes with some really cool perks as well. It's something really neat. Just when you thought this pack was very small, well, I never thought that, but I know somebody out here is going to say it's small and not worth it. There's always a hater somewhere. I always find one, but I was like, whoa, this is crazy. This is huge. Like, it just felt so real. It was like, yo, this is really cool. Like, we're going on an adventure within the pack. Like, the whole pack already felt like an adventure to me. And so you're climbing this like crazy intense tall wall. And there was a thunderstorm while I was doing this, and I was freaking out. Like, if my sim dies right now, I will not save this part at all. And the snow's coming down, so you never know what kind of weather conditions are going to be up there when you go. And it's really cool. And I have a whole video on mountain climbing excursion and the benefits of that too. So definitely check that out this weekend. And yeah, I'm back on skis again because I'm like, oh, I feel bad. I keep snowboarding everywhere. And you would think that this stuff gets old. You would think that it gets redundant, but it didn't get redundant to me because sometimes your sims, even if they're going on an easy slope, for example, they may go a different path down that easy slope. They fall differently sometimes. They do different tricks. They land differently. Like it's pretty interesting because of the animations that are involved with it. But perfect way to end the day, like when after you're done snowboarding and doing all the extreme sports and activities that you want to do, you can go to the onsen bathhouse, which was actually built by Deligracy. If you're going to the onsen bathhouse, you might want to take a shower before you actually jump in there, because if you don't, people will see you as unclean and you'll feel really embarrassed. So yeah, you want to take a shower before you put your body in that nice hot spring water. I forgot completely. I didn't even know the showers were there. I totally forgot, and I went in and my sim was super embarrassed because people thought that he was unclean. It was kind of funny, but also really embarrassing. I felt so bad. Like, I genuinely felt bad. Like, that's how invested I was while I was playing. You can woohoo in the hot springs, and you can also woohoo in a cave that is going to be on one of the mountain bases when you do that mountain climbing excursion that I was talking about. So there are new woohoo spots. And yeah, this is a perfect way to relax. This is how your sim kind of like zens the freak out. And it's super cool. I loved it because it was snow everywhere, yet in the inside, he was feeling all nice and warm and toasty. It was kind of cool. And then I just wanted to take it back and remind everyone that the same snow interactions that you can do with the Sims 4 Seasons, like building a snow pal, freezing to death, or having a snowball fight, all of those are able to, also be implemented here in this pack as well, which is really cool. I just love the fact that you didn't even need seasons with it. Also, kind of random and taking us out of the snowy aspect, but we did get a new career. We have a new career. It's called the salary person career. And it just, it focuses on that hard working culture in Japan, the business mindset, that just hard working culture, that staying overtime. I've watched a lot of animes that kind of like hone in on this type of culture here. So I knew exactly what they were going for here, and I loved it. Some of the chance cards that are involved with this are very like one of them was talking about like the guy. What was it? Oh yeah, he was doing karaoke with his coworkers and stuff, and it was like really funny. Like, the chance cards for it are funny. This is a rabbit hole career, and the reason why we're looking at the train is because I was kind of like pretending that my sim had to like catch the train back home, and I just wanted you guys to like really see the train. You can't get on it or anything, you can't do anything with it, but it's just really cool to see it. But yeah, like getting promotions and stuff, I don't know if it's like really easy or hard. I did get one promotion while playing for a little bit. I wasn't able to cheat it up, unfortunately, while I was playing, and I didn't want to because I kind of wanted to be surprised. We tend to get a lot of freelancer careers and careers where you can work from home and do other things. And I'm glad they implemented a new rabbit hole career because I need that. I want that. And your sim, because they're so dedicated for the company, I think it's called the Data Foreseer Corporation or something. They can also dance to the company anthem, and they can kind of like groove to that. And the anthem will actually play, and it sounds so adorable. And it's so funny when they dance to it and they start to feel really confident. And I love that. They value their job. They value the hard work. They value their company. And it's funny because you don't know what he does or whatever. And it's just kind of quirky. And again, this is another rabbit hole career. So you're just going to send your sims and have chance cards just like any other career. And I'm glad they implemented that because not everything has to be modern. I don't always want to work from home. I want some of my sims to actually go out and like do a job and come back whenever, because that's like the essence of the sims that we've always had. And I feel like it would be super unfair to like constantly keep giving us these like extravagant like careers or whatever. But he was jamming to his company anthem. You can also brainstorm with your team and work overtime with this career. Now, you can't work overtime with the other careers, the other rabbit hole careers, but you can work overtime in this career because it is like the foundation that it's based upon is hard work. So your sim can work overtime and put in those hours. So he literally worked from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. He worked a 12-hour shift, and I felt so bad for him. This is the sim that you saw me playing with. This is his dad. His dad's name is Shohei, and Shohei is just such a hard worker. He's such a hard worker. And I just kind of want to touch bases on this. And I love chance cards and stuff during careers and everything. And I felt like they really, like them adding a career. I didn't even think a new career would be added. But I just kind of like it. I just kind of like that they went ahead and added this one. But yeah, this is all I have for this first part of gameplay, and I hope that wasn't too mumbo jumbo. It was a lot to explain, and it was super fun. In my next gameplay video, I'll have the other 2 festivals that are from the other 2 worlds as well. Here, as you can see, my sim is cleaning up his son Hataro at the sink, and there's bubbles everywhere floating. It's just about family, it's about fun, it's about just the snowy wonderland, and honestly, this pack just has a bunch of just a bunch of goodness in it that I'm just very thrilled about. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just keep simming. Always, always, always stay wavy. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Alrighty, peace out.